If you have $500 extra every month, where does it go? College or retirement savings? My name is Christina Strickland. I'm the managing partner of Rally Wealth and Benefits, and today we're going to talk about just that. Those extra dollars every month, do they go to college savings or do they go to retirement savings? And really, that's kind of a 4-step process. So what I would say in the decision-making process is step 1 would be look at your overall household. So extra dollars every month could go absolutely to college or retirement, or maybe a little bit of both. But first and foremost, do you have an adequate emergency fund? Do you have, co-pays saved up for medical expenses? Are you caught up on consumer debt? Things like that, right? So that would be my first thing is, hey, make sure the rest of the house is in order before we start assigning jobs to extra dollars. But if you do find, hey, we've got good cash reserves, we've got a good emergency fund, we've got, debt is either non-existent or very, very manageable. If you've done all of that, then yes, let's talk about where do those extra dollars go. And the big thing, the next kind of step for me is thinking through what is your commitment to your kiddos? So, have you told your student that you're going to pay for tuition? Have you told your student that you're going to pay for books? Have you said, hey, we're going to pay for half of college, or we're going to be able to support you by providing X amount of dollars per year in college? Defining, what is that goal that we need to meet, right? And then the third one is, so we've defined what the retirement thing is, what the college goal is. But the third thing is the retirement goal. Before we fully commit to, yes, we're going to allocate dollars towards college, are we in track for retirement? And this is really important to me because here's the thing. Students can, it's not necessarily the best idea in the world, but students can fund college through loans. You cannot fund retirement through loans. So retirement has to be the first priority. 1, because, no one else is going to pay for it for you. And 2, here's the thing that I see so much in my role as the managing partner and working with all of the families that Rally Wealth and Benefits has, is that families kind of think sometimes, hey, look, I've paid for college and now I'm kind of financially done or off the hook. That's not always the case, right? We typically have families with children in their late 20s, even early 30s, that still financially sometimes need to rely on mom and dad. And so my thought process is, hey, look, it's great if you've paid for college, but what expenses might come after for either your student, your child, or for you? And so retirement has to be the first priority because, again, no one else is going to pay for that for you. I can't go to, Sally Mae and say, hey, look, I need to borrow enough to have an extra $600 a month in retirement to buy groceries. Unfortunately, that's just not an option, right? So retirement first. You've identified what you want to do for college, but you've made sure that retirement's on track first and foremost. And this is where working with a financial advisor is so important because you may very well be on track for retirement. But until you know that, you can't, in good faith, allocate extra dollars somewhere else, right? So knowing that is super important. And then now let's allocate the available cash flow because here's what might happen. As you're deciding college versus retirement, start with a retirement projection first. How old do you want to be when you retire? How much do you think you're going to need each month to live on? Apply inflation. Are you in good track or not, right? Let's say that retirement projection shows that of that $500 extra each month that you have, maybe you need to put $150 of that towards retirement to solve that gap or to give yourself a better chance of having a successful retirement. So maybe the $500 extra, $150 of it goes to retirement. You still have $350 left over. That can absolutely go to college. And it should. But I just really want to drive home this point of when it comes to college or retirement, you have to make sure that retirement's in shape first. The other thing that I would say, and kind of the cliche or the saying that people are familiar with, is that you can't pour from an empty cup. And the reason I think that's so important is as families, especially families with children, you tend to think through that you just want to provide for your kids and you just want to make sure that they're going to be okay, right? And college is certainly a large part of that. But here's the other thing, and why I think this is so important, is you have to make sure that you're in good shape and that your household is in good shape, because those things can also benefit your child later on in life. We see so often career changes or family, divorce, family changes, lifestyle changes, whatever going on, where your child may very well come to you in their late 30s and say, hey, mom and dad, I need a place to stay, right? Well, if you allocated every extra dollar you ever had to college and maybe that wasn't the right decision, well, now when your child needs help later on in life, maybe you're not able to help them then. Or maybe you are not living the life that you wanted to live. And so that's why I say you have to have that house in order first and then go to college. And so if you've made that decision, right? Like, yes, retirement's in good shape. Now I need to save for college. We have another video that helps determine how much should you be saving each month and how to work towards achieving that college goal once you know that retirement's in shape. So work through that video. If you need help or have questions about any of this information, reach out to us at Rally Wealth and Benefits. We would love to help.